as a massive Chris Rock fan, I feel it is my sacred duty to point out that he was spot on the money in his 1990 special, Bring the Pain, when he pointed out that there are indeed two kinds of black people. The first, the overwhelming majority, will simply sit there and enjoy the show alongside everybody else. The second kind will feel an evidently irresistible urge to bust a cap up in this bitch. I can't admit, I do not give much of a shit about the Oscars, but this year's PR stunt was... oh. It was rather excellent. Now, whether or not it was a PR stunt, that is up for some debate right there. A lot of people point out that Will Smith did seem genuinely upset, to which I would respond, he's an actor. But, oh well, details. Nevertheless, it was a very successful PR stunt, if indeed it was one, as evidenced by the fact that literally everyone, including myself, my grandmother, my grandmother's dog, and my grandmother's dog's obnoxiously loud Halloween costume, is talking about it. But, more interestingly than the event itself is everything surrounding it. Because here's the thing, I get it, I really do. The Smith family has had some pretty gosh darn rough years, to put it mildly. That is the wife's disease, sickness, of course, which caused her hair loss, and so Chris Rock deciding to tweak that particular button may not have been the most wise of moves, as it turned out, though I imagine Chris Rock's career is going to skyrocket after this. So, who knows, maybe it was worth a quick slap to the face. And there's also the fact that, well, the Will family has had some pretty severe drama over the years. There is a super clip, a compilation making the rounds right now, showing Will having a talk with his wife about her infidelity, which is quite the thing, as she is sitting there with absolutely no remorse, refusing to accept that she has done anything wrong whatsoever. She was never unfaithful, she merely had an entanglement, you see. It was a healing moment, you must understand, whilst Will Smith sits opposite, and you can see it in his face. There is a tear in his eye, and he looks distraught, destroyed, devastated, and he forces himself to laugh, and you can hear it in his voice, like, this is being recorded, I have to put up a brave front. So yeah, there are many things to be talked about around that by people more knowledgeable about the celebrity dynamic than I. What I want to talk about more is the full-off, mask-off moment of all of this. For years now, the Oscars have been nothing more than an enormous publicity blog, basically, where millionaires and billionaires get to strut up on stage, receive literally 24-karat gold-plated prizes, and then turn around to the average Joe and go, You should be ashamed of yourself. You are homophobic, racist, and everything else beneath the sun. You should aspire to become like us. You should worship us. We are the ones who knows what is best for you, because we are people who are paid to pretend to be other people. Ah yes. The moral gravitas of the actor class has never been more undisputed, I'm sure. Yet, nevertheless, here we go. And Will Smith's thank you speech as well, when he comes up to collect his 24-karat gold-plated reward for beating the shit out of a fellow performer. Okay, perhaps that isn't what he was specifically rewarded for, but any normal situation would see the reward withheld, and the person who just committed assault thrown out of the building. But apparently, considering some of the reports coming out now, security saw this happening and went, holy shit, there's no way that just happened. That was a part of the show, right? Right? Do we have enough people to evict Will Smith? He brought like 20 friends. What do we do? Well, just ignore it. It was probably a part of the show. Just deep breaths. And Will Smith's potential punishment for all of this? Well, he might not be asked to return next year to hand out an award. But anywho, in his thank you speech, Will Smith then stood up there, hands still tingling from the sensation of the impact on Chris Rock's cheek, no doubt, dares to stand there and say, I wishes to be an ambassador of love, you see. I bring love and kindness. You must understand. By the way, consider this a quick addendum to yesterday's video, but Putin, this is how you need to launch your charm offensive towards the West. I am bringing love and kindness, unity, you see. It is just an absolute thorough demonstration of the plastic-ass nature of the modern-day political activist celebrity. They will talk the talk. They will talk the talk regardless of the situation. It is a rota for them. It is English. It is simply the same lines as they have read in 1,000 scripts 1,000 times in 1,000 movies. I come bringing love. I come bringing respect. So on. They don't mean any of this. None of it. Not a single solitary word. And hey, sure, you can absolutely, you can argue celebrities are people as well. His wife is sick, it has undoubtedly placed a tremendous amount of strain on their relationship, and here's a man making fun of her for it. Alright, I get it, I do. Despite the fact that Will Smith's wife might very well be a manipulative shrew, but again, it. And the majority of people interviewed after the event seems to have been remarkably positive to everything. I believe there was one, God knows who it was, I do not keep up with celebrity news, but there was one woman who simply stated that she wished she had a man like that. Which is funny as well. You know what? I would like a man willing to commit assault for my honor. Alright, well, we could certainly have a discussion about that, because we've been told that that isn't really acceptable for some weird reason. Feudalism ho! God damn it, this entire thing is just such a ridiculous thing. Not to mention as well, the entire Oscars, the entire acting class has no credibility whatsoever anymore. They have tried to pump out political propaganda for years now. It really started getting into full motion when the Trump-Falafagers ran, of course, for the first time, and ever since, it has simply just spun further and further out of control, and this really just was a bald-faced reveal of that very fact, visible to everyone watching. The slap itself is what's going to go down in history, but for those who are interested in how the actors have behaved and analysing how they are going to change their tune, probably, over the course of the next decade or so, we'll point towards Will Smith's speech as the moment when people realised, holy shit, these are actually just actors. That is all they are. They pretend to be a thing. They will spout whatever nonsense they believe will keep them in with their clique, that will get them nominated to the next Oscar next year's. And even if you step so far out of line, you commit a crime on national television, as long as you've got enough good boy points, you're safe. And hey, this explains as well why certain people who may have, own private islands, to whom they invited vast quantities of children, and who may have passed away under not at all suspicious circumstances whatsoever, of course, in the future, why they were allowed to operate within this environment for decades, why so many people who are best friends with them are still allowed in the door of the Oscars without any consequence whatsoever. It is because these people are the elites. They are the clergy, the nobility, whatever you wish to call them. They are the ones in power right now. They can do whatever they want to do. They can literally commit assault on television, have all of it filmed and distributed to God only knows how many millions of people, and still Do you think anything's gonna happen? I mean, Chris Rock's already said that he's not gonna be pressing charges, but I'm pretty sure when overwhelming evidence of a crime exists, the state prosecutor can actually step in and go, hold on, right, okay, so you're not pressing charges, that's fine, but this is still a crime. And we have the evidence of the crime being committed on television. Will that happen? No. Just like when certain other people show up before hearings and go, I might have smashed every single hard drive with a hammer, they too simply just stroll out the next day because there are 2 sets of rules for people in our society. Well, probably more like 3 at this point. Oh god. But I do believe it will slowly but surely change. I do believe that this is the kind of stuff that reveals to everyone the insincerity of our modern day ruling class. And hopefully, the Oscars will receive even less views the next years. Oh, actually, you know what? It'll probably get a spike at least the next time around as people will sit there watching, I hope Will Smith punches someone again. But after that, nothing is going to happen out of it. It was a PR stunt. I still think it was probably a PR stunt. It all come across as just too rehearsed, too Hollywood-y, but maybe that is just another indication of just how fake the entire thing has gotten. We'll see. Until next time, I've been Arch. Thank you all very much for watching, and I hope to see you all again soon. Have a good day.